First of all, I want to send out our condolences to the Sikh community for this tragic event that happened today, and talk to you a little bit about what happened, give you what I can. And what we had happen today was an individual, our officers responded to a 911 call, and because of the heroic actions of our officers, they stopped this from being worse than it could have been. Our officers responded to the scene, did find a victim, and we're dealing with that individual when our officer, a 20-year veteran, was ambushed, shot multiple times. He is currently at the hospital undergoing surgery. We expect him to recover. And another officer who was on scene was engaged by the suspect. Our officer did engage that individual, and that individual is deceased from the actions that our officer took. It stopped a tragic event that could have been a lot worse. There was a service going on with many people at that location. What we've done now is it's taken most of the day to clear that area, that the church itself and the surrounding area, because of conflicting reports that we got about how many people may be involved. We just were able to clear it. What we're going to be doing, we have numerous individuals that we have that are deceased at this point. I don't have total numbers for you right now. We're working on that. We're going in there shortly. The FBI will be handling the criminal investigation on this incident. We looked at it, the scope of it, and what the implications might be. We're treating this as a domestic terrorist type incident, and therefore the FBI has the resources needed to help investigate that. The ATF is also involved with this, along with the Milwaukee Police Department is assisting us with the DA's office in the officer-involved shooting portion of this investigation. The number that you were given out earlier is for family or friends who want information. We ask that only family or friends call that number, and then we can forward it through a liaison we have with the Sikh community as far as the status of those individuals. We do not want the media or anyone else calling that number. That is just for family and friends trying to find out the status of those individuals. At this point, we're pretty much doing an investigation that's going to be starting shortly. We're going to be doing another press conference, probably 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Oak Creek Police Department to give more information. Right now, we're just in the very beginning stages of this investigation and wrapping up the inner perimeter and the initial call that we took and just clearing that. So the investigation starts now. At this point, I'm not going to give out demographics of who the individuals may be as far as ages, genders. We don't have all that information. I'm not releasing it till people are notified. As far as the officer, we know he has family that still needs to be notified, so we're not giving his information out either.
How many injured, Chief?
As far as we know, there are multiple injured. I believe there were 2 additional.
So what is that total?
Total from what we have, I believe we have 7 deceased and 3 injured, including our officer.
How many?
7 deceased.
What do you know about
3 injured, including our officer.
What do you know about the suspect?
Right now, I don't have any information for you on the suspect. That's being checked into, and it's part of the criminal investigation, so right now I won't be giving you anything on that right now.
What about a weapon? Domestic terrorism means? What does that
Weapon.
What does that mean?
Domestic terrorism is somebody who's doing some active terrorism within the confines of the United States. It's not from another country or anything like that. It's within the United States.
Have you recovered a weapon?
As far as a weapon, there are weapons on scene. That hasn't been recovered yet. The evidence team hasn't gone in. There are weapons involved that will be recovered.
So more than one. You think he was armed with more than one gun?
I don't know that.
When will the area be open to the public and the devotees?
As far as the timeline, the initial call came in somewhere right around 10:30, quarter after 10. I don't have the exact time. Our officers were on the radio giving the information that they were treating someone. We had another officer call out that he had an active shooter, and at that point, that's when other officers responded and other agencies were called in. So it happened within a very short period of time, like most of the instances when they happen. That's how they happen. It takes place very quickly.
Any acts of heroism from people who were inside temple?
That I don't have. I'm sure there were. There was a lot of people that were interviewed. I don't know the results of those interviews, but I'm sure there were.
How many people are still in the temple, and when will they be released?
There is nobody left in that temple. That building has been cleared, and everybody has been removed from that.
When will the temple be available for devotees?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
When will the temple be available for devotees to go for the prayers?
That I don't have that information. That is a crime scene, and we'll be holding it till we have it processed. I don't have that information.
What else can you say about the suspect being engaged? What exactly?
When he engaged our officer and he ended up shooting him, another officer was on scene. He then engaged that officer by shooting at him. Our officer returned fire, killing the suspect.
What is the suspect wearing?
I have no idea.
Any indication it was more than one shooter?
Right now, we had multiple reports of different things, and that's why it's still an active scene. I can't give you the total information on that. We believe there was one, but I can't be sure on that. There still is an active scene with SWAT tactical teams in there right now.
Can you confirm there were a number of children in the building?
I can't confirm any. It was a church service. I'm sure there were people from all different age groups in that building at the time.
Chief, can you describe why it took a while for your officers to be able to move in, the careful process? It sounded like it was a while before you could clear the SWAT team to actually move in there.
Because we had an individual that we knew was down, but we also had reports there may be others, or we don't know if there's others, so we can't just go into the building. We have to clear it and do it the way that's tactically safe to make sure that others can come in here, because we don't want other officers down. It just make it worse. We have to make sure we clear it methodically and make sure we take care of the area of security.
Any suspect in custody?
There's no suspect in custody right now.
Can you confirm that a child died? A 10-year-old child was killed?
I do not have that information. I do not know that.
About how many were in the building at the time of the shooting?
I don't have that information. I don't have demographics. I don't have numbers for you as far as how many people were removed.
Chief, do you have anybody at the suspect's home right now? Have you?
I'm not going to get into any part of the criminal investigation or anything that's going on with that right now.
Chief, how can you differentiate between...
Thank you all for your time today. As Chief Edwards said, there will be another briefing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. At this time, Mayor Scafidi would like to say a few words, if you afford him that courtesy, please.
The city of Oak Creek is outraged by the senseless act of violence that happened in our city today, and our thoughts and prayers go out to those victims. We are grateful for the heroic actions of two of our officers who made a very dangerous situation a little bit better and probably saved lives. So we're thankful for them and hope that they have a speedy recovery. The city of Oak Creek will cooperate in any way possible with all federal, state, county officials. As the investigation continues, we'll have more to say on this tomorrow morning.
As I said, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at the Oak Creek Police Department. No other information will be released from any official source until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. As you can imagine, there's a number of things that have to get done before we release any additional information, including notifying family members. We have to get crime scene technicians inside. It's a very large scene. It's going to take a long time to process. So please bear with us as we gather the best information to release to you. We don't want to give you bad information and have to change that later. So please see us 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Oak Creek Police Department.
Can the fire chief talk about the nature of injury?
What will happen here, as you say, over the next few hours? What you will be doing before we let you go?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that right now the tactical officers that have been on the scene are standing down. They're hydrating, quite frankly. They've been out here a long time in very, very warm temperatures and under a lot of stress. What will happen is we will keep the scene secure. Oak Creek officers will have an inner perimeter keeping the scene secure. Crime scene technicians will come in. They will identify the individuals involved. They will then turn those individuals over to the medical examiner, and evidence will be collected and processed. This will take many, many hours. These individuals will be here likely all night long. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, as Chief Edwards said, will be taking over and overseeing the criminal investigation. They will be assisted by the Oak Creek Police Department, and obviously many other agencies that are here on scene will assist. But understand that the process of interviewing all of the individuals that were here, interviewing the family members of the victims, notification of family members, and getting all those stories and collecting and gathering all that information is a lengthy process. So this situation will be ongoing.
Is it believed that the shooter acted alone, or are you doing an investigation into any planning on the part of others?
There will be an extensive investigation moving forward. At this point, as I said earlier, it's believed that the reports of multiple shooters were likely reports of the same shooter from different perspectives, which is very common in an active shooter incident. Almost every active shooter situation, including the recent one in Colorado, there were immediate reports of multiple shooters. But you have to realize that for many individuals that are on the scene that are all viewing this, what's happening from different angles, and they're all calling the police, they're all calling 911, it usually comes in as a multiple shooter situation. But the best information that the investigators and the tactical teams have right now is that there was only one gunman. However, the Oak Creek Police Department and tactical teams from Milwaukee and the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Department are still methodically searching the area just to be sure to err on the safe side.
Chief,
Again,
would there be more than the 7 dead? Is that what I understood? Was there? No. Okay. Thank
no.
you.
How long?
We don't have any information for you at this time. I know you have a lot of questions. The best time to ask those will be tomorrow morning. I think we'll have a lot more information for you. So 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at the Oak Creek Police Department. Thank you.